So in your first position, you have the Page of Coins. So either you just got news or you're about to get news that's like an opportunity, because opportunity is going to come. So you got news that's an opportunity. Either you just met someone in your love life, or you just got news that you got the contract, or you got the contract for your business, or you got, so whatever this news is, it's the coins to me, or the pentacles, is physical manifestations. So whatever this news is causes you to bring money in, or bring abundance, or bring resources in. Okay, so this is in your now. If it's not about that, then it's a person that you've just met. And if you just begin to date, this is a page, okay? And or this person is seeing you as a page as well. And that means, to me, someone there to entertain you, someone there to open you up again, someone there to help you understand that you can smile and laugh and have fun again. They're not here to stay. And this page is definitely can be confusing, because he or she can move slow. They move very stable and steady. So they feel like they may stay forever, or they feel like they may be the longtime partner, but they're not. They're just here to help you get into that vibration of loving again, of understanding that you are a beautiful man or a beautiful woman and can be loved again, right? So what's crossing you is this card, and I love it. This is Spirit's advice in this situation. So they're saying, with this news or with this person, this is like the news, or the gateway, or the news or the opportunity of the things that you have been working so hard. The Empress is that energy where you've really rooted in what you wanted, and you've been working diligently in it, and you've been working hard at it, and it's through that nourishment and growth that you birth what it is that you've been trying to achieve, right? So that's what's crossing you. They're saying, with this news, that brings this opportunity, or this thing, or this person, or the situation, or this relationship that you've been wanting, right? So congratulations. Now, where you came from was the Emperor. So I kind of feel like, for some of you, this was a person that you had been dealing with. And I kind of feel like, for some of you Pisces, you were in this dynasty. You were part of this person, like you had a life together. And I kind of feel like, this is for some of you, I kind of feel like all of a sudden that was not there anymore. Or you've been dealing with the separation of that and becoming your own, right? That's for some of you. For others of you, I feel like this was you dealing with, or intently dealing with, which makes sense with the Empress, of making your own way, making your dynasty. You were tired of all the, playing back and forth, and people disappointing you, and people saying one thing and then doing another. And you just sort of came to understand that you were going to do it a certain way. And I feel like that's what you've been dealing with. And because you've set everything up correctly for yourself to attain this dynasty, to have everything that you're wanting. There's some things you're missing, because obviously if there wasn't, then what's the whole point of being here, right? We come to experience things. But for the most part, you were sort of aligned in what you're wanting to do, and what you're needing to do, and how you're wanting your life and the world around you to be created. And you were doing a great job. And with that comes this opportunity. So it's like the next step of unfolding what it is that you're wanting, which makes sense, because if physically your life is like, you have a home, and you have a job, and you have your career and your friends, that makes sense as to why you're going to be going into the ninth house of your belief system, because it's expanding. Like, now your knowledge is going to be expanded. That makes sense. So in your fourth position, this is the first half of the month. So the first 2 weeks, you have the Two of Wands. So with this news, understand that it's something that you've been working on, and they want to make that prominent, because it may not look like what it is. That's what they're saying. It may not look like say you're working on something really big, and only this little opportunity comes, but you don't understand. you may not understand that that little opportunity may move into that bigger opportunity, because like maybe you take that opportunity and then you meet somebody else who has the bigger opportunity, but you couldn't meet him or her or that situation had you not taken this opportunity, right? So the reason they're saying that so prominently is because at the first half of the month, you're going to be trying to decide which way to go with something, okay? So the best thing to do is to, if your heart, mind, and soul desire it, then that's the way you want to go. Now, if your heart, mind, and soul are desiring both, then they're both for you. You just pick one, because we're in this world of space-time. And so just because you pick one doesn't mean you can't have the other. It just means it will unfold in a certain way, right? So you never know when the left may intersect with the right, or the right may intersect with the left, and you can get both. You can have both. It may not come in the way that you thought, but you can have both. So the best thing to do is be centered and listen to yourself, honor yourself, and talk to your higher self and your guides and your angels, or whoever you connect with, spirit, oneness, God, and then move that way, because you're intuitive. You're extremely psychic and intuitive. So you understand, if I go left, this will probably happen. Or if I go right, this will probably happen, right? So just do the one that you want to experience first. Just look at it that way. Which one do I want to experience first, right? And then when you do that, you never know if you take left, the right may intersect with that, okay? So you'll be dealing with that in the first half of the month. So not only do you have the Empress, but your higher self, I always ask your higher self, what is the one message they want to bring through to help you move forward in love? You have the High Priestess. So they want you to know that you have surprises coming. They want you to know that they've been listening. They want you to know that on your path, and this is your ascending, but on your path, you've done the work, and we have surprises coming to you. And you're Piscean, so you understand that you can manifest in a very different way than what a Capricorn or a Virgo or a Taurus can manifest. You know, they manifest through hard work sometimes. Not all the time, because there's a lot of enlightened Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, right? But you understand that it's just energy, and you can pull energy in, and things can just happen and appear. That's what they're talking about. They're saying those things that you have, and those situations and those people, you're really pulling that in, and they are coming to, they're going to be coming through. I don't just see it in October. I see October, and then maybe it'll slow down November, and then it just start amping up in December, and it just keeps kind of going and unfolding, okay? So they want you to know that's the important message, is those things are coming through, those surprises, those people, the situation, the love, you know, the romance, the partnership with the person that you have. And you know what? I'm feeling very, very different, Pisces, than I used to feel when I was on when I had my other channel. Well, I still have it, Your Indigo Path, and I was doing readings over there. I feel very different. I feel like you've been very practical about the partner that you've chosen, and I'm really, really impressed, and I think you're doing well, because some of you are very, very practical in this partner that you have. You've done well, and they want you to know that you've done well. Okay, so in your sixth position, this is the second half of the month, you have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups comes with offerings. So if you haven't met somebody, I kind of feel like you're going to, because you've got the Page and you've got a Knight. So you've got this energy that you're going to be bringing somebody in. And I feel like a lot of you are going to bring a Leo, or I don't feel that much Aqua. I do feel some Aqua, but I feel like more of a Leo. Yeah, I'm feeling on fire. So yeah, that's all they're giving me, is the Leo and a little bit of Aqua that you might pull in. I know this is the Knight of Cups, so he or she could be a water sign, but if they are, they're very charismatic. They're almost like a Leo. I'm getting that fire. So by the second half, you have an offering coming in. Some of you, this is a person. A Knight is different than a Page. A Knight is there to be exactly what you're wanting and needing for that phase of your life. They're not here to stay, but they can stay a long time. But they're not here to stay for your life. They're not here to stay forever. They're not here to stay to be the partner that you have the marriage and that you like build on. But they can be here for like a year or two, or as short as 2 months or 6 weeks, whatever it is that you're wanting and needing for your phase of life. And usually what happens is they're there, and then the king or queen comes in, and then they sort of bow out because they understand you weren't meant to be together forever anyway. I mean, they just have this understanding. Knights are really interesting. They just have this, whether it's a male or female, they just sort of have this understanding. So, if it's not about this person, then it's about an offering that you get that's extremely emotional for you, but it's deep and it's wanted and it's warranted for your path. Okay, so you'll be dealing with that. And I think that happens after you make this decision. And remember, you have this and you have this. So you have these things coming through. So in your 7th position, this is your fear. So some of you, I see this 2 ways, you're fearing the reconciliation with a person. Like, is that person going to come back and bother me? Is that person, like, I finally got rid of them? Is that, I kind of feel like it's always a lingering for some of you, where you're just like, oh, I don't want them to like bother me again. I'm finally rid of that energy. I'm finally let go of that energy. So some of you, that's a fear. For others of you, you're wondering if you and that person are going to be coming back together. That's a fear that you won't, right? And others of you are like, I have felt, so I'm feeling where, because you're Pisces, you can connect so easily to spirit, to your guides, to the other realms, to the universe. And I feel like lately you haven't been able to as much, and there's a fear if you've lost the connection. Now that's strange, but that's what I'm feeling. Yeah, it's just a fear. It's just a fear. It's just what you're needing, because you needed to be really practical in some things. So it's not like the connection ever went away. It's just that you had to focus on other things. Remember, a fear is there to remind you of what you want and what you don't want. So just focus on what you want. Okay? Now, in your 8th position, this is the way a loved one will be viewing you or dealing with you. But for others of you, this is the universe saying to you, or God, or oneness. So you have the Strength card. The Strength card is all about, I hate to use the word manipulation, but because that has such a bad connotation, but it's about you or this person looking at you and treating you as if they're looking at the best interest of themselves and you. So when this card comes about, it's about sort of diplomacy, but it's about understanding that there's a softer way to deal with people. And when you help people understand what you're thinking, then, and it's for the highest good, that it comes from your unconditional heart, that, sometimes all you have to do is explain to them or help them understand that part, and then they get it. And they're like, yeah, well, let's do it that way, right? That's this card. And so, but that's the way that a person will be dealing with you, a loved one will be dealing with you. So they're not, it's manipulation in a way, but they're sort of seeing the best interest in both of you in situations that you're going to have to handle this month. But for others of you, I feel like, you need to give yourself, and continue to, because you have been, but you need to, in relationships, give yourself the honor of, if you don't know the answer to something, or you don't want to answer it yet because you haven't thought about it enough yet, when somebody comes to you with something, then just tell them, I can't answer that right now. Or just say, give me a minute to think about it, or let me get back to you, or, always honor yourself. And so when this card comes up, they're saying, honor yourself and see what it is that you're really wanting when you're making the decisions. Okay? And you don't have to answer people right away. You can just say, let me get back to you with that, right? Okay. So in your 9th position, this is your hopes and dreams, but to me, this is the outer realm of the energy you're bringing in. So you have the 2 of coins, or the 2 of pentacles, and this is all about the energy you're bringing in is balancing your life, balancing all this hard work that you've done, and then these people are going to start coming into your life, these situations, these relationships, and you having to say, wow, I've got a lot on my plate. I do want time for love, but I do need to keep doing my purpose, right? And so I feel like you'll be sort of balancing that and understanding that and working with that. And that has Jupiter in here. So you're going to have luck in that. All right. Isn't that funny? It's got Jupiter and Scorpio. That's so funny because that's what's coming in is you'll have that deeper understanding of, yes, I want to have this love, and yes, I want to have my purpose, and coming from that heart and balancing both, right? Now, in your 10th position from your, in your 10th position, this is the overall outcome of what you'll be working through in the month of October. You have the Hermit. So it really is time for you to like, not just stand up for what you want, but if you don't know the answer because you need to think about it for a minute, or you need to really look at all sides of a situation, or you need to be sort of practical in it, with people before you answer them, or with situations before you make a move on it, or anything like that. They're saying, come to that quiet space, and you don't have to move until you get the epiphany, but give yourself some time. Give yourself some time to really think about this stuff and make a decision about it. Like, you can't just, okay, I'm going to meditate for 10 minutes and then I can give you an answer. No, you need to really, like, for these big answers that you're wanting, for these big changes that are happening, like, you really need to isolate a little bit and say, you know, I need time for myself and I need to really be thinking about it. Like, a lot of people, see, they're showing me where, like, I don't know if a lot of you cook, because they're showing me where you do your best thinking or your best meditating when you're cooking or you're baking or you're doing something. Like, I see you in the kitchen. I'm seeing, like, this is interesting because I'm seeing, they're showing me where you're in the kitchen and you're making stuff, but you're actually thinking and processing and really coming in line with yourself, right? For others of you, I'm seeing where you're running, or you're, you know, you could be working on the computer. Like, whatever you're doing, it just sort of helps you align, but it's your time alone to really think about and process those things. And they're saying in the month of October, when these things come to you, just take a minute. Just take a minute. Take more than a minute, actually. You know, take some days to think about it. Do what it is that you like, so that that energy of thinking and processing will flow to you. And then you don't have to make a move until you get the epiphany. You don't have to make a move until you get the epiphany.